Hi, I'm Bethan Thomas, Film and Media Curriculum Lead at the Faculty of English Media and Literacy here at St Cyries, and I'm so thrilled to be able to offer film studies this academic year as an additional A-level in our repertoire. Film studies gives you the opportunity to explore and discuss a form of artistic expression and visual communication. Not only that, it allows you to see the world through the lens of a director, which can reflect on the wider social, cultural and historical context of a film and even provide some commentary on this. There is so much more to film studies than just watching films. When we watch films, we might regard it as escapism or relaxation, but the in-depth study of film is a completely different matter. As well as gaining an appreciation of film as a form of visual communication, storytelling and art, it can also enhance your understanding of the world in terms of the beliefs, attitudes and values shown through this medium. There are two separate EDUCAS qualifications that we will be offering this year, the AS level and the A level. These are separate qualifications, which is a little different to the normal WJC qualifications on offer that are just for Wales. Whether you are studying AS or A-level film, your first year covers the same topic areas: Hollywood 1930 to 1990, American independent film, British film, European film, and a film production section. A-level students then also study global film, documentary, silent film, experimental film, and short films. At both levels, you study the key elements of film form. This includes things like cinematography, mise-en-scène, editing, sound and performance. You then also study the context of your chosen film. So what was happening when the film was made? What can film tell us about the history at the time, considering that film is often a lens to reflect society at the time at which it was made, and therefore what can it tell us about society at that time? We can also study the film in terms of representations that they present, but also representations that they challenge, again considering what the film director wanted to do at the time. At AS, you study the specialist film areas of spectatorship and narrative, and at A level, you engage in the study of ideology, the auteur, and critical debates surrounding film. And of course, there is the creative production element, so you'll be able to put what you've learned into practice by creating either your own short film or a screenplay, which will be created to industry standard. It is worth mentioning that because this course is linear, which means that all assessments are taken at the end of the course, you will have to decide if you want to complete your study at AS and complete 1 year, or move on and study the full 2 years at the A level before the kind of exam season. So you would decide this partway through your AS. However, we would, as teachers, provide you with feedback to help you make this decision and work out what's best for you. There are 2 exams at AS, each with 35% of the qualification, and then there's 30% assessed by production work, whether that be the short film or the screenplay option. At A level, if you were to continue and do the full 2-year course with the A level exams at the end, there are 2 exams, so again with 35% and 30% production work. Due to the text diversity, critical thinking, wider discussion and analysis that is a core part of the qualification, film complements English literature, art, modern foreign languages and humanities very well at A level. We do study films that are in European languages, so it does complement MFL really well. The creative elements of the coursework pair really well with the creative writing in English Langlet, as well as photography and IT. However, the ubiquitous and highly desired skills of thinking critically and developing reasoned, evidence, arguments in essays means that film can also be a strong pairing with maths and sciences, as well as honing communication and discussion skills that are highly desired in these sectors and make you more employable. When considering university and higher study, then the study of film is highly regarded. Film studies has been an academic discipline within universities for the last 50 years and is regarded as an academic subject in its own right. Russell Group universities run film studies courses, and Oxford and Cambridge are now offering masters and PhD courses in film studies, film aesthetics and screen arts. Russell Group universities accept film studies as an appropriate A-level qualification when prospective students apply to things like humanities or an arts-related discipline. In the context of employment opportunities, film is an incredibly relevant subject, not only here in South Wales, but across the UK and beyond. Employment in the screen industries has grown by over 20% since 2009, and South Wales' growing demand for film specialists is evident just with a simple job search. Career paths for students of film may, of course, include practical avenues like filmmaking, directorships, cinematography, producing, editing, but There's also the alternative route, which allows you to move into more theoretical pathways such as film criticism, journalism, teaching and education. It's also worth remembering that knowledge of film is really useful when creating things like advertising campaigns for companies, especially on things like social media. Film is a course that can enhance your cultural capital, provide you with a creative outlet while still promoting academic rigour and offer you the opportunity to discuss and write about wider historical and global issues. We would recommend that in addition to the minimum requirements for sixth form, you have at least a grade C in English literature to consider this course due to the essays and the analysis that is involved. An interest in film as a form of art and communication is a real must as well. We would strongly recommend that you look at some of the films that are on the specification to get a feel for the sort of texts that we would explore on the course. We will have a playlist with a selection of trailers from these films going up in the next couple of days, or you can Google it and find the full list online. You can also feel free to email me with any questions or with any kind of further comments about any of the set texts or any of the structured elements of the course. Thanks for listening. I'm really excited to be expanding our repertoire at Key Stage 5 and offering film studies. Several of us have taught film studies in other schools and we really know what a valuable and exciting course this is. I really hope to see some of you in a film studies classroom this time next year.